take it as a given that medicines have delivered many benefits to mankind and saved many lives. But the path of pharmaceutical progress has not always been a glorious or a smooth one.
Well, I think things have changed a great deal over the years. In the past, the pharmaceutical industry has had a lot of successes, but the time's taken to do new drugs, produce new drugs, high failure rates when they go into major populations are really pushing up the costs very high for the country.
I want them to concentrate on the evidence, which is absolutely clear that the industry and pharma companies are not providing adequate evidence on value to the nation or value to patients.
I say I'm a simple Scotsman, so I'm going to say medicines cost money and new medicines often cost quite a bit of money. So I think I understand that, and what I have to see is what do we actually get back for that money.
I think it's very hard sometimes to actually be sure of what benefits medicines are actually delivering when they're used in the real world. Many of the clinical studies that are undertaken don't really reveal the actual true benefits of medicines, some of which are at the relatively small end of the spectrum. If, of course, those medicines came at low cost, then that would not be a problem, but some of the medicines, even delivering relatively small improvements in health, actually seem to come at quite considerable cost.
I think it's important to emphasise the net value, because sometimes there are safety problems, some of them are overpriced. But broadly speaking, if you just look at the whole history of therapeutics, the last 50, 60 years have seen the emergence of a fantastic array of medicines that have really saved lives, prevented disabilities, and the most prominent one are vaccines.
I graduated in medicine in 1964. I have never seen a case of acute diphtheria or of acute paralytic polio. Even by that date, immunisation had already eradicated them and saved countless lives. Lives of children who were able to grow up, enjoy a full life and contribute to the economy.
This is very appropriate at the present time, a week after there's been all the publicity about Avandia. And the point that I'm going to make is that if Avandia came on the market today, we would set in play risk management procedures for a drug which had a profile like Avandia, which hopefully would prevent the kind of situation which arose last week.
Avandia is an old drug. It's 10 years since it was licensed. And I would put it to you that in these 10 years, the regulatory science of drug safety has moved forward very considerably.
Can you imagine a world without medicines? Give one example that my honourable friend spoke about, vaccination and smallpox. In the 20th century, 500 million human beings were dying of smallpox. Everyone knows that only 1 in 10,000 compounds makes it to medicine. You need to start 100 programs before you get one that delivers, and then it's a 1 in 10 chance once you move into development. These are huge costs. You know, it costs us over $1 billion to develop, and yet most things fail. So some medicines are quite expensive, but it really only reflects the amount of work that goes into them.